Well, good morning and welcome back to the Beef and BArnzy show. As always, I am BArnzy, joined by internet personality, Weber Cup veteran, and burgeoning swimsuit supermodel, Beef Stu.
Hey, how we doing? PWBA kicked off yesterday. Got to watch a bit of it. For our viewers who don't really know much about what's going on with the PWBA, they have like a World Series type thing in a bubble going on in Arlington. You can actually watch all of it for free until the stepladders. You just need to register your email, set up a USB-C community login, I think it's called. And yeah, you can watch it. They've got every pair is being streamed. So yeah, it's a cool scenario. I got to watch my wife all night. Some of it was stressful. Some of it was quite fun.
It is a bit how that works, huh?
Yeah. So sometimes it's better that you don't know, or you know. So yeah, they have the finals for that or the whatever you want to call it, semifinals, whatever. Is it's 12-person round robin, 2 6-game blocks. I believe they're starting right around now. So we are somewhat competing with them, I guess. But you could watch both. It isn't a bad thing to put Matt Cannizzaro on mute. Yeah.
You don't like Matt Cannizzaro?
No, I love Matt Cannizzaro. I don't like Matt Cannizzaro's voice. So,
all right.
No, I've moved into a new space and I'm trying to get it sorted. I've actually bought a new chalkboard, and I'm trying to decide how I'm going to set up the camera when I get in here. And once I get it all set up, we'll be back up. Yeah, Buff, he doesn't exactly have dulcet tones, does he? Poor Matt.
And then he works with me, so you know.
Yeah, right. Mark Waters, they're a boy. So it would be remiss of me to.
There's a note to Flow Bowling. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on Bowl TV, but the Bowl TV is actually free right now. You don't need a premium subscription to watch it. They're trying to, I guess, create viewership. Another person who has us on his phone and the women on the laptop. Yes, good work. So anyway, have you ever seen Jillian Martin bowl?
I don't think so.
She's 16. She throws bombs.
Really?
Hand grenades down there. God damn. I was texting Callahan. I was like, holy shit. And Callahan said, yep, she's mini EJ. She's female EJ. She runs to the foul line and she knocks the shit out of it.
Wow.
Bombs. She was 960 for the first 4 yesterday. Somebody's decided to call me. Do you not know the show's on? So yeah, she is definitely entertaining to watch. Buff Love, Jillian is ridiculous. Yeah, she made Jordan Richard look like a tweener. She was bowling with the person who I honestly didn't think I'd ever see a woman hook it more than Erin McCarthy. She was about an arrow different on both sides. An arrow left and to an arrow right. She was wheeling that thing back.
Stu, I just told Daniel Ferris she needs to come back to Bowl TV for that very reason. That's voice. Now, come on now. I like Matt. I like Matt a lot. Then I'm sure Daniel will agree because nobody thinks he's more right than Daniel. So I like Daniel too. But yeah, Matt's been good. And Matt's also a pretty good bowler and a big fan. So but
I do feel like that's funny.
Nah.
I do feel like that Matt Sorry. What can I say? It's all about timing. I do feel like Matt is the biggest fan of the Open Championships that's ever existed.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he got to dive in with this Bowler's Journal purchase. I talked to him for a little bit, and he was tasked with having to look through all of that for historical significance, and while it's an enormous task at this many years of Bowler's Journal, he was so looking forward to it. Maybe not the countless weeks and years of researching, but he really is. Loves bowling. He's a great guy for the job, and we can do a lot worse than having people that care as much as he does.
Oh yeah, definitely. Did he want to go through and find all of the articles of Barnes second again?
I'm sure as he will have a separate category that I will hear about later. He's not going to miss a chance.
So we're getting like a couple of updates. Yeah, Jillian Martin's on line 9 and 10 if you want to see it. Bombs. To quote Phil Mickelson, bombs. So
sure.
We're going to have my wife is going to come on in a few minutes. She's going to tell us about bubble life, what's going on in there. Having to bowl a 9-game block. I don't think she was quite prepared for it being 9 games.
No.
Well, when do we ever bowl 9 games? I can't even remember the last time we bowled 9 games on the PBA Tour in one block.
Yeah, the last time was when we bowled when we had the old format when we went from that to match play.
Yeah,
bowled 9 games in match play.
I think, yeah, because I think the U.S. Open Cashers round a couple of times was 9 games. I think it might have been, but
I can't ever remember it being 9. But you might be right.
It was only ever 8. Yeah, I mean, we really don't play 9 very often.
No, for whatever reason, that's what we did there for a while because we kind of cut qualifying in half from before. So it ended up being like 9 and 9, and then you cut the field to the 64 or the 32 for match play. So that was a little short window there.
There's Adam Wolf kissing up already.
Yeah.
There you go. Maria Bulova was throwing bombs as well. Yeah, she throws it really nice. She's maybe a little bit more polished than Jillian, but she certainly isn't throwing as much rev rate as Jillian. Wow. Jillian has a little bit of she's quite eccentric on the lanes, I would say. She's got a little Matt McNeil in her. Only a little. She's got goes the arms up a little bit in the air. She hasn't collapsed onto the lane and got the fake defibrillator pads out yet, though. McNeil. But yeah.
Give her time. You never know.
Yeah. So should we bring my wife in without further ado?
Yeah, with no further ado, we have she's a USBC board member, a former Team USA member, a 3-time collegiate All-American at West Texas A&M, where she also has a master's degree and in business and a bachelor's in economics. And she's worked with Make-A-Wish as an executive for more than 10 years. The Better Williams, Tina Stickney Williams. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How's the bubble?
Don't give it the Barnes. Give it the
Well, yes, of course. Always UT, but he talked about WT, so that's our buff signal. But you like my T-shirt? Representing?
There we go.
I mean, was it expensive?
You guys are married for a reason. Come on.
Oh, here we go. Latoya's made it onto the show.
Hello, Toy.
So, talk us through last night. 9 games.
So I struck every shot in practice, was feeling amazing and committed to what I was doing. And then I threw my first 4 shots really great. And of course, didn't strike. I think I struck once. and I had a blower 7 and then a blower 7.9. And so then I was like, shit, what do I do now? And it was a disaster from that point. I was too far left. I was trying to, do something that I wasn't very good at. We were going a lot off of what had happened in the first squad, and our squad just didn't break down at all, or didn't start like their squad did. If you looked at the scores, our scores were way lower at the beginning than theirs were. So finally I stopped being stubborn, got a bigger ball and moved to the right. And then I made an attempt to come back, and I did. I bowled pretty well in the middle. And then, towards the end, just had like a 180, 190 where I was like, all right, now I just need to worry about trying to, catch a check and staying close to the top 24. And so I finished a little under, obviously not great when there's a bunch of girls 100 over, but I did my best, and hopefully the longer pattern will be nicer to me. Stu says it should be, so we'll see if he's right.
So we've got a few people here. Vince Biondo saying, "I know I outkicked my coverage, but wow." Adam Wolf, who great comeback, says Craig Kisro. How the hell do you deal with Stu on the daily?
I knew this question was going to come up. Somebody's going to be like, so what's it like being married to Stu? And that's a loaded question.
The beat cake,
life couldn't get any better.
Life couldn't get any better. It has been different during the pandemic because, I'm not used to him being around all the time. And so that was definitely interesting. We discovered that we can live, together for long periods of time, not just very short, because that's all we knew. We had no idea what it was like to be around each other for months and months at a time. Usually I get tired. I'm like, isn't it time for you to leave yet? Like, go. But it was okay. We managed it, and we worked together.
I think we have more possibility. Linda and I, same thing. I've always been on the road, career closer to being towards the end than the beginning. And like, how's that gonna work in retirement? Well, we got a little dose. We got a trial run, and we're actually still alive. And a move in the middle of it, and we didn't kill each other. Or she didn't kill me.
Yeah.
But you guys downsized to a smaller house, so I'm not sure how that's going to work in your favor, because that's one of the reasons why we have a big house, is that we can have completely separate parts of the house and do whatever we want and not bother each other.
I am now in the office, which was the storage room for everything that didn't fit. And so she went to town. Actually, we went to town the last couple of days, and so I'm about to have my new flex here. I got the Earl Anthony, Leroy Neiman. That will be my backdrop in the future. So we're working on it, but we've survived downsizing and all the things that come with a move. And it's highly overrated.
Yes.
Lonnie's checking in. Debomb.com forever.
Hi, Lonnie. We miss you. We heard you're half the size that you used to be. I want to see pictures.
Not now.
No, not anymore.
No. We're moving on from that.
Okay.
Other than him singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" every Sunday,
that's Liverpool's anthem.
Yeah, the rest of us don't know what that.
It goes. does something, it's a bit like, it's a little bit more complicated than the or whatever it is that the Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Is swearing allowed from the Lady Williams?
Hey, I had to, get tougher skin, a little bit brasher language when I married Stu. It just comes with the territory.
I knew you before that. You're going to go with that?
That's true. I was never an angel. That's definitely true.
She's got a little competitive spirit. Everybody seems to think you're quiet and nice. My wife the same way. That you're not at least as competitive. So,
but being married to you two, we have to know how to hold our own. So we do.
Look at Frankie trying to be a troublemaker here. Hey Tina, did you get my Venmo? Okay. So
yes, and I never give it to him. So thank you. Continue.
Fun story about this with Frankie. Frankie is a Venmo guy. I am very not a Venmo guy, and so I book a lot of the hotels and whatever. So Frankie is Tina's all-time favorite because Frankie Venmos Tina. So she's like, can't you room with Frankie this week? Because, of course, then she gets the cash out of that. I just get the full hotel bill. So that's why don't worry about it, Top. There's nothing illicit going on.
So if you want to hear more about the bubble.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Okay. So we just had our third COVID test today. One, we had to have a negative test to get into the bubble. So that was one. And then when we got here on Sunday, we had to take another test immediately. And it was interesting because I've only ever had the nose swab. And this one, apparently it's the same test that the major league sports teams are doing. So definitely MLB, I know for sure it's this cup that you have to spit into. And I always keep saying the ladies don't spit. But, we had to get enough saliva into this little tube. And it has like a blue liquid that once you fill it to the line, you screw the lid on the top and it the blue liquid goes into the saliva. So it allows it to maintain, and then it actually has to be sent overnight to a lab in Utah to where they are tested. So like I said, we had to do that when we got here on Sunday, and then we just had to do it again today. So that'll be our last one. And then I know there's a couple of girls coming in for the regional that have to be tested to get into the bowl as well. And I think that'll happen for them tomorrow. And we haven't been allowed to leave our rooms other than there's a hospitality room downstairs. We have our specific 30-minute slotted times. That's the only time you're allowed to leave your room. You literally go downstairs, grab your meal, say hello to whomever might be in the room at that moment. It's only been one other person from when I've been there. And then you go back up to your room. We can't use the gym. Thankfully, they've now allowed us to book times on the treadmill at the ITRC. But you still have to wear your mask, and only one other person can be there at the same time. And it's very scheduled. And Tennille and Rob have done an amazing job just to make sure that we all are staying safe and nothing's being contaminated. You literally can't get a soda out of the vending machine without using a Lysol wipe to wipe it off. I mean, they have thought of everything. Every time you go into the ITRC, they ask you, have you experienced any COVID symptoms? And they take your temperature, and it's
yeah.
Oh dear.
She's frozen. All right.
Well, so I was about to say, I just looked up at Tina's back. There we go. You froze for a little while.
Yeah, I said the Wi-Fi here totally sucks. So sorry about that.
Oh well. So quick PWBA update. Angie has the front 8. Are you able to go over and watch any of the finals?
Say that again, babe. I'm back.
Are you able to go over and watch the finals?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Nope. We are watching it just like everybody else is watching it. I do have a treadmill time, but that's the only time I'm allowed to go over.
And Danielle McCune has the front 9 against O'Keefe in the battle of the probably the best 2 players on tour. So Yeah, the ladies are bringing it this first game. Yeah. Some high scores.
So important stuff. So how's the food?
The food has been excellent. You would never guess. We've had a catering company bringing in all the food, and it has been so good. I mean, I could not be happier with it. It's a bit heavy, I will say that, especially when we had chicken enchiladas for lunch yesterday. So it's a bit heavy when you're competing. So you just try to, moderate, I guess, how much of it you're actually eating. But taste-wise, it's been really good.
Well, that's a step above our bubble in England.
I heard.
It was traditional English, which
no, it wasn't.
The expectations were not high, and they did not meet them.
No, it wasn't. It was a little rough.
So, how has isolation affected you?
Kind of when I froze the last time. I think I was going to say about game 4 yesterday, my back was killing me. And that doesn't usually happen. And I think it's just because I've been, stuck in the room the whole time. And I've just been trying to work as well to make the time pass by. So, obviously I do that at home, but also at home, I'm constantly moving around and dealing with Brady and, stuff like that. So I think just being isolated in the room, that's definitely affected me. My back is very sore. But it's not too bad. Like I said, I'm keeping myself busy, working just like it was any other day. Because even before the pandemic, I worked from home, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, you guys do have a monster place to walk around, so it's a bit different being stuck in what is essentially the office of your home.
Yep.
Comparatively. So, not to mention when you have a 3-year-old, there's no lack of exercise involved in that entertainment endeavor. So.
Yeah, especially the boy. He runs everywhere all the time.
But like Janae and Chris always tell us, having one would be a holiday.
We say that, but we don't actually know, so it's easy for us to say it.
So a couple of people were asking which balls you used last night. Quick update: Danielle front 10. Angie didn't get the front 10.
So the Axiom definitely looks like a good play for not only for me, but a lot of the girls on Storm Roto staff are throwing the Axiom. I mean, a lot. I actually have 2 of them. I have a shiny one, an older one that has a lane shine on it. And then I have a dull one, which is what I went to, or new one. So it's, it's fresh surface. I used that yesterday when I moved right, to keep it online. And, that was the main thing I used. And then I kind of floated back and forth when I needed something that was a little bit quicker to the astrophysics. And then I used the IQ Nano when I just needed something to still be quicker, but roll a little bit sooner. So that's what I used on the short. And that we do bowl on a different pattern tomorrow, but they are playing it very similar. In practice session, when I was watching, you couldn't even tell which lane was which because the girls are pretty much playing them exactly the same, just with different balls. So I anticipate kind of being close to what I did, but maybe also incorporating in the proton physics, and maybe the RST, maybe the stronger balls will have a little bit more play than they did on the short.
Yeah, definitely. We're getting updates that Danielle left the 4-pin on the front 10. So
what pair is she on? She's certainly not on 11 and 12.
3 and 4. Yeah, 11 and 12. Quick scoring update from 11 and 12.
Really?
Maria Belova, 144 in the 9th. Lindsay's 131, but with a Greek church.
Yeah, so, I think Maria bowled 279 on that pair, and I'm like, how in the hell did she do that? Because it's been horrific for every other person. And I just kept saying, I hope everybody bowls. I mean, I didn't work it out mathematically, but I hope everybody hit that pair the same amount of times because it's not good.
No, you hit it twice.
I know I did.
Yeah, but not everybody did because you only hit 3 pairs twice. So theoretically, after you bowl tomorrow, you should have bowled the same amount of pairs because you should hit the other 3 pairs twice, theoretically. But we'll see. Definitely tune in over on the old Bowl TV They have guest commentator spots. It seems like they're trying to organize for me to do a guest commentator spot at some point. So, you know, I'll try and be a good boy. Don't want Chad texting me. I can only be mean to Chad on my own platform. I'm not allowed to be mean to him on his.
That is fair. It is his house.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure he's got the delete.
The eject button.
He's got a big red Stu button in his office. Bam! See you, Stu.
So aside from the obvious bowling issues, patterns and field and all those things, what do you perceive to be the biggest challenge of being in that bubble, and how much longer do you have?
So they have it worked out to where if you're not in the top 24 in points, I'm not a member, so I don't have to worry about that. And you don't make the top 24 to qualify for the third event, that you can bowl the regional is included in your entry fee. So I'm pretty much here until Sunday. So hopefully I won't be bowling in that.
Tuesday.
Oh, yes. Hopefully, of course, hopefully until Tuesday. But I will minimally be here until Sunday.
Other than keeping track of days, what is and that was a trick when we were there too, because you saw nothing but, you know, whatever the next day's schedule was. Health-wise, or like some girls have different. Everybody kind of has their own routine at this stage at your level of play. How does this interrupt it?
It's a hard question for me because that's not my life. I don't do it on a normal basis. So I feel like I'm kind of just doing what I do normally every day without the ability to go and, you know, have to take Brady to school and, you know, maybe pick him up. So I think the main challenge I have is kind of what I spoke about earlier with, you know, with maybe just my back being a little bit sore, but my routine is staying very much the same with, you know, working and getting it. I mean, why use the time off if I don't have to? Gonna save that for my Hawaii holiday that I missed for when I turned 40. And that was the other thing that I kind of, you know, we've been laughing at, me and Christy Leong, and we can literally, like, I'm probably in the top 5 of age of all the girls that are competing. I mean, Stu's talking about Jillian Martin, who's 16, and I'm just like, oh my God. And then, you know, he lovingly made a joke about how, you know, the difference between our ages is the same difference in our rev rate.
I'll try and coach him up a little bit about how well that goes. Those kind of jokes and longevity and
we can
the isolation that can accompany those kind of jokes. So
yeah. But yeah, it was definitely good to watch you out there competing last night, even if it was a little stressful. We're glad that you got out on the lanes and had the opportunity, and at least you haven't completely bankrupted us.
Not yet. I did manage to catch a check, but I can add that on to, you know, what it's like to be married to Stu. Everybody will know that he doesn't hold anything back. He'll tell you exactly how it is. And so sometimes that doesn't work in my favor, but in other times it does work in my favor because I wasn't planning on bowling this event. Tuesday before it started, I got into league and him and Maria just like came to me and said, you need to bowl this event. Like you're ready to bowl. And for Stu to put that faith in me and to say that he really thought I was ready, I mean, that meant a lot. You know, if he didn't feel that way, he wouldn't have said that. He's quite often said he would rather me be a 180 average bowler versus a 220 average bowler because then his life would be so much easier.
We'd have more handicap. My theory is, right, on bowling, that like 220 average people spend a lot of time being miserable while bowling. Because it's like, if you bowl 660, you hit your average and you're still miserable. So you have to bowl really good. And then when you don't bowl really good, you're just pissed off all the time. Whereas the 180 average people seem to have a better time because it's not that important to them.
Right. You have more fun. And it's
Yeah.
not a lot of fun.
I mean, hey, Dom got Cassie to quit.
I keep trying to sometimes, but you keep encouraging me to continue to do it. So thank you. I appreciate that you keep encouraging me to do what my passion has always been.
No, misery loves company. I got Linda to go back out on tour. So at one point,
this is great. There's a real serious answer to this, Brian, and it's hashtag all out.
All out.
She hasn't thrown a shot. That's not entirely true. She's thrown one game with a 12-pound ball. She shot 200. She beat both boys. Dropped the mic. Out.
Said I'm done.
So yeah, this shirt was on rotogear.com. Rotogripgear.com. I don't know. If you go on Rotogrip and you click on the apparel, I think it's there still. It's the Star Wars theme shirt.
And that brings up an interesting thing, because we want to hear in the comments your favorite quote from any Beef and Barnzy show that you can remember.
Or favorite board.
Or favorite board.
Yeah.
If you want to have some of the boards, you can head over to our Instagram page.
Oh, I'm so behind on that. I really need to update that.
And we've got quite a few up there. So
the brains behind the board. When we set up here, I may even try and be a complimentary small brother to the board. But,
used to average more than Dom at Malden. That was an interesting place.
So what do we need to do to make bowling more fun for more people? Your opinion. You like those nice questions.
You gave Mookie the awkward question. Let's see what you've got.
It was not an awkward question. It was a very meaningful question, and it got lots of likes and comments on it. Make bowling more fun.
We tried making it easier.
Watching the Players Championship did not seem to make it a lot more joyous.
Is involved alcohol? Is that a good answer?
If you can forget before your end, does that help? I don't know.
Not because I drink, but I don't know how many. I know we've used this reference lots of times. If anybody has ever watched darts in England, I mean, that is fun. Everybody goes and dresses like they're gonna be on a game show, and they dress in costumes, and they just go and they get all their friends together, and they drink, and they just have a fantastic night. I mean, that's to make professional bowling more fun.
Okay. Craig Elliott says take prize money out of leagues.
So, quick story on this one. I'm pretty sure Craig's got this from Charlie, Mr. Bopo himself, Charlie Mitchell. Charlie Mitchell said that when he started his bowling center, he said the biggest two problems with leagues were people cheating with handicaps and people bitching about prize funds. And those two things were completely connected. So what he did was he made every league scratch and he made every league no prize fund. And he said that it was fine. Because if somebody wants to stack a team, they can win, but nobody cares they won because they didn't get anything and everybody just abuses them for being assholes for bowling together. So he made every league co-ed and every league scratch, and they just come down, they have a good time. And he said the thing that made it better from his point of view was that people could bowl more often because it was cheaper. Because that $25 league became a $15 league or a $14 league or a $12 league, depending. So he looked at it as he owned the league and he owned the bowling center, that it was in his best interest to get more guys to bowl more often. So the best way for him to get more guys to bowl more often was to make league cheaper. And the easiest way to make league cheaper was to eliminate prize money. So people come down and have a good night and they didn't get worried about it being.
Well, and a lot of those teams have like 8 members. And so most of the players only bowl 2 games on top of that. So you end up with your own cheering crowd for your own team, and they're all having a couple.
Yeah, and I can use Tuesday night, I think, as a good example. We started bowling on Tuesday nights because our Monday night league went to every other week, and I was just like, I want to bowl more than that. And so we joined a team. It's me, Stu, Maria, and Nathan, and this other kid that we picked up. Dalton, yes.
Give him his name.
I know his name. I was just anyways. Hi, Dalton. We literally have fun because we're friends and we're bowling with our friends and we just go to have a good time. I mean, I think that's probably some advice to make bowling more fun, is to bowl with people you really enjoy being around. And we actually hadn't spent much time with Marie and Nathan before then, but now we've gotten to know them a lot better. And, the league is convinced that we're just there to run everybody over, but we're really just there to have fun and to to have a good time. And if we happen to bowl well because we all practice all the time, then that kind of happens. But definitely bowl with people that you enjoy being around. And all of life, I'm convinced, in your career and bowling is about the relationships that you make.
Now you tell me. I can sub. Really? Now you tell me.
Yeah, it's all about relationships. So bowl with people that you enjoy being with, and that will definitely make bowling more fun.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
When Chris invited his AC guy down to bowl pot games after he fixed his.
The AC guy still came out way out on top. Jason Maston, by the way, if you need a good AC guy, Jason Maston is your guy. He's good. He didn't do as well in the pot games, but however, he did have a little extra cash to spend. So basically, I was sponsoring Ryan and him that day.
So yeah, Ryan's going to bowl with me next week.
Yeah, I think he's looking forward to it. That'll be an interesting trip because he'll be in San Antonio on Saturday, and then he starts classes in Wichita on Monday. So,
he's got some driving to do then.
He worked and a lot of things to take up with him. So it sounds like
Daddy's going to be doing some driving too.
It sounds like and since we had a little mishap in our driveway in the move where we had 4 cars in the driveway, Dad's got to take his car up to his brother-in-law to where he has an auto body shop and get it fixed up a little. And it wasn't Ryan's fault. Oh goodness. I don't disagree. It may need to be coming up pretty soon here. So
I don't know that we can necessarily afford Norm Duke again.
Maybe.
Oh, here we go. Here's one of your biggest fans. Cody Myers. Hey, Tina, just because Stu loves this question, people in West Coast want to know when you're coming back to see us. There you go.
I really appreciate that because I spend all of my life of everybody asking me where Stu is whenever he's not around. So the fact that there's one little tiny part of the country that we're in, he goes there anywhere in Lubbock or Amarillo, people are always asking about me. Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, this is pretty much how the conversation's going in Lubbock. Hey, Stu, is Tina here? No, she didn't make the trip. Oh, you've gone.
Yeah. I get that too. That's the hashtag all out finally caught on enough that they stopped asking me where she was. It's more of a surprise that she comes to watch, and I'm so much fun to watch bowl now. So,
Linda, if anybody's seen the movie Happy Gilmore, Linda's face is very reminiscent of Lee Trevino in that movie. A lot of times, she's just like.
Yeah. So that question wasn't as much about maybe everybody else. I just want to know how I could be happier when I'm bowling.
Oh, how you?
Yeah. So
bowling
is bowling the senior tour an answer? No, I'm just kidding.
It might be. It might be.
Big jigs. From what I've heard, being able to be left of everybody seems to be fun. Belmo seems to enjoy that. So
it might be nice to try it again after 15 years off or 10 years off anyway. So
it's honestly why I only bowl lady stuff. I have zero interest in bowling anything against the guys and just feeling like a complete worthless bowler. So I stick to events where you have to, you need a female on your team or, women's events, something like that. I work hard for my money. I don't just want to throw it away. That's what Stu's job is. Stu's job is to make money against the guys.
I think you'd throw it away. Thanks. So it might not be that good for you with the ladies tournament soon if there's more Jillian Martins coming through. You're just getting like the men's tour. Bombs.
Yep. We haven't had any two-handed infiltrators yet, so I'm sure we only had one lefty this week, so I think we're doing okay. So
hey, weird. She let's see where Angie's up to now. There's only one lefty in the field. Let's see. Match play round 1. Weird. Angie's up to 10th now. Oh no, that doesn't include a 278 the first game. So I tell you what, last night they were really fast updating the scores. And that's one thing, actually, I need to just quickly go back from last week when we were at the the Bolero event. Fastest the scores have ever been updated in any PBA tournament I've ever bowled. It was unbelievable. They had them out, bang, right there. Like, I don't think it was ever later than the third frame. Yeah,
it's amazing. They had volunteers. It was like the old days when they actually got it. They got it spun around pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, that's the best I've ever seen it. Like,
good job, Pete. I'm sure you're not watching, but
yeah, that was the best it's ever been. I get so angry when we're bowling and it's like the 8th or 9th frame, and you're like, oh, the scoring pace went up. I didn't realize that because I'm in the section of the bowl where the scoring pace hasn't gone up. Oh, I should have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've wasted the whole game. Like, It's a bit easier to see that when the score sheet comes up and you bowled 220 last game and you drop 4 spots.
Yeah.
And you're like, this isn't the right thing anymore.
Yep. So, Tina, who has the highest average on Tuesday night?
Stu does. But I am out averaging Maria. I keep like you would be way better than me, but I'd average your ass on league. So we love laughing about that. But I do have to say, just based on something that Stu says, and he's not going to like that I say this, but on behalf of the Williams family, I'd like to apologize to all the left-handed audience members that watch your show, because I know he's very mean and very unfair. So there you go. He's in a we can take back.
That's what happens when you talk about trying to say nice things about left-handers. We just remember we have the power. I've got the Chad button. I can make you disappear. And
we didn't hear the last part of that. But
we just muted you.
You heard enough.
See, none of the people who tune into our show care. The two lefties who watch this show. That's it. The other 131 people who are online now.
I'm not saying I completely disagree, but there's some things that when you're trying to, convey to a complete bowling audience that you might not want to eliminate.
It's okay. I can eliminate the 8%. I don't really care. I wish if they only won 8% of the prize fund, that would be fine.
Yeah.
There you go. The IHL club is always strong.
Yeah, the problem is the amateur side. For a little while, the 8% wins about 50% of the money, and then about 100% of the tournament goes away. So ultimately not that great. So on the plus side, my son shot his first 600. So in league last night, it is his third set of league in 5 years. So yeah.
We got Troy now.
Yep. He was 13 the last time he bowled league, and so he went to school last semester. He started bowling. He probably, I don't know, 10 times the number of games he bowled before because I couldn't drag him to a bowling center. And so now he's practiced 50 games or so, and now he shot his first 600. So, yeah, left-handers. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keep those comments coming in the section about the favorite quote, and we'll, maybe we'll try and do something with that. The best ones, maybe we'll get you a shirt. And thanks, Tina, for joining us. I appreciate it. Is there anything else you would like to add to today's?
I don't think so. Just thank you to Roto Grip for, allowing me to ride on my husband's coattails. No, I'm just kidding. I was a bowler before Stu was involved in my life. And thank you to everybody who says, I still call you Stickney, because then that means you know me for me, not for being, you're Stu's husband. I know why you're a good bowler.
Here we go. No, the one that you usually do with Callahan is you usually remind viewers laugh with Callahan, because Callahan always tells you've been part of the Storm family longer than Stu.
This is true. This is true. But thank you for having me. And, I truly, truly love and embrace the Beef and BArnzy family. You are keeping Stu and Chris busy in the time of pandemic. And, I've really seen a change in Stu to that he has found something else that he really loves, and he's committed to doing a good job with it. So that makes me happy that he's happy and he really enjoys this. So thank you everybody for watching.
Thanks, babes.
I remember I knew Tina as a good bowler when Stu was just Oscar's ball caddy. So
back in the good old days.
Lewis De Leon watching. Shout out for the lefties, Tina.
It's secretly because I want to bowl with more in the tournaments in San Antonio and stuff like that. So
Brian Poker. Thanks, Brian. Yeah.
Put your talent to good use. That's what we say.
Yeah, Linda's ready to be back on too. I heard her say that the other day. At least that's what I heard. I'm not sure if that's what she said, but
okay,
that's what I heard. So she's probably ready. She'll completely stress over preparing for it, and then you guys do great, just like you did last time. So
let's do it. Mother's Day show part 2.
I don't think she wants to do it on Mother's Day. She wants that day off. That's the one that should be about you, probably not the one you have to actually run. So,
tell you, I think you need to get the board, have a board meeting. I don't think that Rob Gottschall's doing his job as well today. I still don't have a scoring update. So maybe I'll send him a text and say, I know a person who might give you a bit of a hard time here.
Well, there is 12 people. I mean,
yeah. To be fair, there was only 18 people in a squad, so
You can kind of do it in your head in about 30 seconds. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, but I seem to be in a good mood today. Well, I don't have to bowl today. That's got that going for me.
Wow.
I don't have to be disappointed until later.
A monthly show? Oof. Maybe a bi-year, a half-yearly show, maybe.
I don't know. Stu likes, Tina likes the sound of her voice almost as much as you do. So
I do.
make that work.
I'm actually getting some words in here. I like it.
I try and add balance, so I'm just going to back out a little bit. So
okay, well, we'll hopefully see you on the lanes again tomorrow. Hopefully, you don't give the field a 2-game start. That would be ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's get after it. Thanks for coming on.
And always shoot your 2-8 with your spare ball. That's my other word of advice.
Okay. Or always hit the 2-pin. That's a good piece of advice. It's hard to spare the 2-8 if you don't hit the 2-pin. Or the 8-pin on one attempt.
All right, guys.
The pin closest to you is always the goal. Thanks, Tina, for joining us.
Bye.
Good luck.
Bye, babes. See you Sunday or Tuesday.
Yeah. All right. See you later.
Bye.
So there was my wife, everybody. You see the hardships that I go through to be able to compete. The ratings go up. Yeah, I mean, it probably didn't hurt them that Kimberly Pressler was on as well. That
No,
probably didn't hurt.
It didn't. Over 50 and doing math fast. Wow. Yeah, it turns out you have to be over 50 to be able to do math, evidently. When I went through the drive-thru the other day and it was $10.83 and I handed them $21 and they said, no, it's only $10.83. And I had to explain to him that I would get $10.17 back. And I got the blank look of just put it in the register.
Yeah, that's my response. I go, just type it in your computer. It'll become obvious.
Yeah.
And then they
I
go,
only want one bill back. I don't want 4. So
see, that wasn't even a hard one. The hard ones when you give them like 57 cents or whatever it is, so you get a quarter back.
Oh, yeah, I don't carry as much change anymore. So yeah, the exact change where you give them 20.02 so that you only get back, like you say.
Yeah.
And they look at you like, no, it's not that much. I know. so anyway, that's the get off my lawn segment of today's program.
Well, Russell said, I think if we get X amount of viewers, the lads do the chores massively help their viewing figures. Good memory, Russell.
There was a lot of chairs going up that day. I did a lot of vacuum crap after that, thanks to you guys. So
yeah, we got the litter boxes cleared out. That reminds me, I guess I probably need to clear the litter boxes because Tina's been gone for a little while. So I've been more worried about sorting out Brady than the cats. So
fair. Yeah, he does take priority. This is a great point. We haven't brought it up yet. Mika got one of the coolest awards I think you can ever get. And he got named into his country's Sports Hall of Fame last week. As we know, bowling sometimes gets overlooked in the sports world and the realm in general. And he is the first bowler to ever be inducted into the Finnish Sports Hall of Fame. And obviously, where hockey and a couple other sports really take prominence there, it's a pretty big deal. It's a very cool thing, and I couldn't be happier for Sven.
He might be the only person in the Finnish Sports Hall of Fame that doesn't involve snow.
That's probably accurate. Yeah,
I mean, Jari Littman and the football player is almost certainly in there because he's probably Finland's most famous person. But
well, no, that's not true because the Finnish drivers are very good.
Yeah, but most of them win the rallies in Sweden and in Finland on snow.
Oh, well, that I didn't know. So
yeah. Thousand Lakes is the name of the rally in Finland. It is the fastest rally in the world. It has the longest jumps. the guys are absolute lunatics, and it's nearly always like the Ballmaster, won by a Finnish person. So fun story. Jason, getting a little political in this, said they'll probably want $15 an hour to do the show.
No, I think that's account change.
Oh, sorry. I thought they were talking about my wife.
Shoot, if it only cost $15 an hour, we'd both.
Man, we need a few more people to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Yeah, subscribe. Right. Sorry. So here we go. This shirt is an old shirt. I've looked up while we've been on the show. It's not on the Rotogrip site anymore. I'm sorry. Several people have asked me. I guess if as many people have asked me now, would have bought one when they were on there, they'd probably still be on there. It's a bit like the Idol. For all you selfish people who actually pay for balls would have bought some more. All of us people who don't pay for balls could have still been drilling them.
Sounds perfectly reasonable. If there was ever a bowler,
I was chatting with Slem about it. Slem goes, man, I got so many texts when we discontinued the Idol. I text them back. If some of you guys were willing to buy them, we'd be fine.
It's a little like the Alpha Crux. Yep, you all want them. Nobody wants to pay for it.
Yeah. Okay, well, we will be back on Tuesday. Maybe it'll be more PWBA because we got no bowling this weekend. Maybe Chris will be in a good mood. Maybe he won't. Maybe his Chiefs will win. Maybe Patrick Holmes will still be able to walk. Who knows? All we know is
I will be in a better mood if Mahomes is still in the playoffs. So,
about to say it's Championship Sunday, and there he is, the GOAT. He might have changed conferences, but it's Championship Sunday, so he's still there.
Well, with that being said, we'll come back and watch us on Tuesday as I will be joined by the Buccaneers' newest fan, and once again, support those small businesses out there. There is keep those quotes coming that you can remember from previous shows. Throw those up there for us, and support small businesses and these bowling centers. And again, once you have a choice, support our sponsors as well. Storm, Rotogrip, 900 Global, Vice, Turbo, Cool Whip, 3G Shoes, Master, Bowler's Mart, and Mark Baker Bowling. There is a spot for you too. Contact Beef and BArnzy at gmail.com if you would be interested in having a commercial during the show. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless.